Well, we just paddled up David Lake. Steve's taking a well-deserved rest. This is a 2,700 meter portage or something, but we think part of it can be paddled. We're hoping. Anyway, we were into the wind most of the way up this lake, but it's nice weather other than the wind. Here's the falls. We have to portage around. It's a result of this beaver dam. This is what you call beaver heaven. Man, they're industrious little creatures. Look at the size of that dam. Well, we were able to paddle part of this portage down to the end of this beaver pond, and now it just got too shallow to go any further, but all we have to do is pull the packs and canoes up there and get back on the trail. So it saved us, I don't know, probably nearly a kilometer of, maybe not, 600 or 700 meters of portaging anyway. Climbed a little bit of a small mountain here. It's all over rock, and they mark the trail using these little cairns. And it looks like we've reached the peak, so we're on our way down, thankfully. Well, that was from David Lake to Great Mountain Lake. 2970 it's advertised as. You can put the canoe in a couple spots. I think maybe we took 1 kilometer to 1.5 kilometers off it. Didn't seem like it. It seemed like it went on forever at the end. This is, well, that's one of the campsites over there, which we were considering. It's right into the wind, but it sure looks nice. But we're going to go over and check it out and have some lunch. So we managed to find this beautiful little island campsite on Great Mountain Lake. It's only 2:30 in the afternoon, but it's sunny, it's grassy, it's got nice rock areas, bit of a breeze going. It's beautiful. So we decided to soak up the sun and stay here. Larry's gonna go down and have a little bit of a bath. I think he's gonna find that water a little bit chilly. So we have been enjoying a sunny afternoon around the campsite. It's been fairly breezy all afternoon, but still nice, pleasant. Steve went swimming. I went swimming. Well, I wouldn't call it swimming. We dunked ourselves and cleaned our nether regions. Steve went fishing, casted maybe 6-7 times and didn't catch anything, and said there are no fish in this lake. And now it's starting to cloud over. It is around our normal dinner time, which would be about 5 o'clock. But we're going to wait and see if the wind dies down a bit before we have a fire and cook up dinner. Tonight's fare is Sailor's Supper with bannock. Okay, Steve, just to equalize the airtime. It's time for your thoughts of the day.
Well, I've rather enjoyed today. We got off good and early, around 11 I think.
Yeah.
Paddled for an hour and a half or so across David Lake into the wind. A rather arduous portage, but we came upon this little island, which is kind of Shangri-La like. Nice grassy, rocky. We had to go do a little trip over to the portage to get some firewood, which we've got. Got a nice pile of firewood here, so we can have a fire into the wee hours if it's not that windy. And that's what our hope is. So soon we'll make dinner, and that'll be cigar and scotch time.
Roger. Well, it's windy, cloudy, and cold this morning. Fortunately, the wind is behind us, and then I think we're going to be in the lee of the island or the shoreline, so it'll be okay. And then the rest of the day is pretty much portaging and crossing creeks. So Steve made us a fine breakfast of, I don't know, oat clusters and something, and with milk, that powdered milk, of course, and bacon and coffee. Now now he has to go do the rest of the work while I do the dishes, put the tent away. Probably a lot of wind noise. This is on Great Mountain Lake, near a 55-meter portage. There's this little campsite, and the view is just spectacular. You'd have to work a bit to get here, but I would say this is worth it. Looks like the sun, you would get great sun in the morning, and probably some sun in the afternoon. But look at that, beautiful. This is Little Mountain Lake, which is quite scenic. There's one campsite on it, which is a hiker's campsite. Long way out here to camp, eh? Tough hike. This portage wasn't too obvious. The portage signs in Killarney are fairly discreet, and this one was ripped off. And there's not real much of a portage trail. I guess it's not very well used here. Well, we just finished the 750-meter portage into Kirk Creek, which is in front of us here. The portage is somewhere just on the other side of the creek, and we're out in this marsh. The portage itself was not a great trail. It wasn't a hard portage, but you can see the trail really well. And there was quite a bit of loading. Pardon?
And you fell.
Oh yeah, and I fell at the beginning. So here's a lesson. Don't try and put the canoe on your head when you're on a slippery incline near the water. Well, we just finished a 950 from Kirk Creek into this other, it's probably just a tributary off of Kirk Creek. It's in behind me here. And so we have to go down here, like you said, a little ways, and there's a few smaller portages. So the work is pretty much done for the guy who's carrying the canoe. Well, there's a bit of a blockage. Pretty sure a beaver did this, and the only way we can get out and around is, I guess, through the bush here. So Steve's going to carry all the stuff, and I'll wait for him on the other side while I do some videos of the scum. Beautiful scenery around here. Pretty river, I tell you. Just beautiful. Just a little portage on the Kirk River. There's been lots of tributary of the Kirk Creek. There's been lots of little hop out, hop ins. Very picturesque little creek though. Very enjoyable. Got ourselves into a bit of a predicament here. We're wedged between a rock wall and a big tree, and we didn't realize that there was more rocks in front of that, so now we're trying to get ourselves out of here. Well, we ran into a little bit of a river block. I think we're almost at Three Narrows Lake, and this tree was right across the river. There's not a great exit. I guess we could have got out with that side, but then, I don't know, not a great place to drive there. Yeah, probably a beaver. Anyway, we tried to come down the side and got stuck, and tried hacking the branch. Well, we did hack the branches off so we could squeeze through, and we got through to this landing spot here that we're gonna carry the stuff around. When I'm on these trips, I always think, and I know I've said this many times before, just how truly fortunate we are to live in this beautiful country. We've been out here for 5, going on 6 days now. We glimpsed 2 other canoes. Other than that, we haven't seen a soul. This country, it's as beautiful as anywhere. I mean, this campsite that we're on right here, this is a painting. There's a little waterfall off to the right. We're high up on a rock, and that's the view from where we're going to pitch the tent tonight. Absolutely beautiful.